Claressa Shields is known around the world as one of the most gifted boxers of her generation. Her strength, speed, and confidence inside the ring have earned her respect from fans, critics, and fellow athletes. She did not just wake up one day as a champion. Her success came from years of training, sacrifice, and pushing through pain, doubt, and hardship. Many people once looked at her story as proof that even if life starts out unfair, it does not have to end that way. She grew up in difficult conditions. Her childhood was not easy, and she has spoken openly about the struggles she faced. Those experiences shaped her and gave her the hunger to fight for something better. When she stepped into boxing, she did not just see it as a sport. She saw it as a way out, a chance to build a future that was different from her past. Over time, she turned that dream into reality. Olympic gold medals, world titles, and record-breaking wins followed. Her name became part of boxing history. For a long time, people talked about her skill, her courage, and her rise to the top. They talked about her work ethic and her determination. She became an example of what discipline and belief could achieve. Parents pointed to her as someone young people could look up to. Fans celebrated her victories and waited eagerly for her next fight. But lately, the focus has shifted. Instead of headlines about training camps, championship belts, and future matches, the talk has turned toward her personal life. More specifically, her connection to Papoose, a man who is still legally married to rapper Remy Ma. This change in the conversation has altered how many people see her. Instead of being praised for her achievements, she is now often discussed in the context of relationship drama. For some fans, this has been disappointing. They remember the Claressa who stood tall in the ring, who carried herself with pride and purpose. Now they see someone caught in a public situation that feels messy and uncomfortable. The image of a powerful athlete is being mixed with gossip, arguments, and online debates. The shift did not happen overnight. It built up slowly, moment by moment, post by post, comment by comment. One of the biggest turning points came around the Christmas holiday. On Christmas, Claressa went live online. She looked emotional and spoke about how the day did not feel the same anymore. She said it did not feel like Christmas. Many viewers felt that her sadness came from the fact that Papoose was not with her that day. Her tone and expression made it seem like she was missing someone important. At the same time, Papoose shared pictures showing he was with his family, including his daughter. Those photos spread quickly. People started connecting the dots. They noticed the difference between where Claressa was and where he appeared to be. That contrast sparked questions. In the comments under Claressa's post, someone asked a direct and bold question. They asked how it felt knowing that Papoose spent Christmas with his wife. Claressa did not ignore the comment. She responded and said that he did not spend the holiday with his ex-wife. That single word, ex, lit a fire online. People immediately pushed back. Remy Ma is not his ex-wife. She is still his wife. The divorce has not been finalized. No matter how complicated their relationship may be, the legal reality remains the same. They are still married on paper. Separated does not mean divorced. Living apart does not mean the marriage has officially ended. For many viewers, Claressa's response felt like she was trying to change the story to make herself feel more comfortable. Instead of letting the comment pass, she stepped into an argument with a stranger online. That choice became another talking point. A lot of people felt that someone at her level should not be going back and forth in comment sections. They believed she should be focused on her training, her career, and her future instead of defending her relationship to random users on social media. This behavior raised concerns beyond just public opinion. People began talking about how this could affect her professional opportunities. Sponsorships and brand deals are a big part of an athlete's income and public image. Companies want to work with people who reflect their values. They look for athletes who appear confident, steady, and focused. When brands see someone involved in ongoing public drama, they often think twice. They worry about being linked to controversy. They want their products and names associated with success and positivity, not gossip and online fights. So when fans ask why Claressa does not seem to have as many big sponsorships as expected, some believe this public situation plays a role. They feel that the way she is handling things online could be pushing potential partners away. Another layer of the story comes from how people view her relationship with Papoose. Many observers feel that Claressa is trying hard to show the world that she has a special place in his life. Some even say it looks like she is trying to prove that she won something. But when people look closely at videos and photos of them together, they often notice moments that feel awkward or uncomfortable. There are clips where Claressa leans in for a kiss, and Papoose seems distracted or slow to respond. She sometimes has to ask more than once. In other moments, she cooks for him and asks him to tell people how the food tastes. His reaction does not always seem enthusiastic. His body language looks stiff, like he would rather not be part of the moment being shared online. Small things like this stand out to viewers. They analyze every move, every expression, every word. They notice when he refers to her as my friend or my man, instead of using words that sound more romantic or serious. To some, that choice of language suggests distance rather than closeness. In photos, he has even made playful gestures behind her head, like putting up bunny ears. While some might see that as harmless fun, others see it as disrespectful, especially considering the criticism she already faces. They believe that if a man truly cares about a woman, he would be careful not to make her look foolish in public. This is not the first time Claressa has spoken publicly about Papoose's marriage. In a past interview, she referred to Remy Ma as the elephant in the room. That comment caused backlash. Many people felt it was not her place to speak on another woman's marriage, especially one that had not legally ended. From the outside, it appears to some that Claressa keeps placing herself in the middle of a situation that does not belong to her. That is why many feel this has become her biggest misstep. Not because of who she is as a person, but because of what she is allowing to take center stage in her life. She has so much going for her. 2 Olympic gold medals, multiple world championships, a legacy that most athletes can only dream of. Yet those achievements are being overshadowed by relationship drama. Papoose and Remy Ma share a long and complicated history. They have been connected for nearly 20 years. They were together long before fame, before prison, before public attention. Papoose stood by Remy during some of her hardest times, including when she was incarcerated. That kind of shared past creates a bond that is not easy to erase, no matter what happens later. People argue about who made mistakes first. There are rumors and stories on both sides. Some claim Remy stepped out. Others claim different things. But many observers say that none of that changes one key fact. Papoose is still married. He did not file for divorce. He did not legally end the relationship. In fact, at one point he said that he asked Remy if she wanted a divorce and she said no. That alone tells many people that, in his mind, the marriage is not completely over. Because of that, they believe Claressa should take a step back instead of stepping further in. Another thing that makes people uneasy is how Claressa talks about the future. She has said that she and Papoose talk every day. She has talked about building a family with him. She speaks as if their life together is already planned and secure. To outsiders, this feels risky. They see someone building dreams on a foundation that is not solid. They worry that she is investing her heart and her future in a situation that could change at any moment. Claressa has also shared how their relationship began. She said she was drawn to him because he was honest. She said he told her about his struggles and his problems. That openness made her feel close to him. It made her trust him. But some people interpret that differently. They believe that sharing personal struggles can be a way to create a bond quickly. When someone opens up, it makes the other person feel special, like they are being trusted with something important. That feeling can pull someone in emotionally. People compare this to other public stories where women said they fell in love because a man told them the truth, only to later realize they were pulled into complicated situations they did not fully understand at the start. The concern many fans express is not about attacking Claressa. It is about wanting her to protect herself. They see her as someone who has worked too hard and come too far to risk her reputation and future for a relationship that may not last. Another major moment people often bring up is her boxing match earlier in the year. It was a huge night. She won another heavyweight title and made history. Papoose walked her to the ring and rapped during her entrance. It looked like a powerful and emotional scene. But shortly after, news broke that she tested positive for a substance in an oral swab test. She later took a urine test that came back clean. She explained that the positive result could have been caused by secondhand smoke in the building, since people were smoking and she had been hugging fans. Even though the suspension was later lifted and officials admitted there was an error, the moment was still affected. What should have been a clean, proud victory became mixed with controversy. Some people noticed a pattern. They remembered that Remy Ma was also at the height of her career when she faced legal trouble years ago. Again, no one is saying Papoose caused these situations, but people point out the strange similarities. Both women were at the top of their game. Both faced major problems during those peak moments. Both were connected to the same man. Whether that means anything or not, it adds another layer to how people view the story. At the center of all this is one message that keeps coming up. People want Claressa to remember who she is. They want her to remember her value. They want her to understand that she does not need to compete with another woman over a man who is still legally married. There is a phrase people repeat again and again: separated is not divorced. Those 4 words have become the summary of the criticism she faces. Fans believe she should focus on her own path, her own goals, her own future. They want her to protect her name, her brand, and everything she worked so hard to build. As long as the marriage remains legally intact, many in the public will continue to see her as the outside person. That is a difficult place to be, especially when you are in the spotlight. In the end, a lot of people still support her. They still cheer for her in the ring. They still celebrate her victories. They still respect her talent. But they also hope she steps away from the drama. They want to see her return to being known for her strength, her discipline, and her achievements, not for online arguments and complicated relationships. They want the story to go back to boxing, to training, to championship nights and powerful moments under bright lights. The hope is that she takes time to look at the bigger picture, that she chooses the path that protects her future, her peace, and her legacy. She has already proven she can be a champion in the ring. Now, people are watching to see if she can also be a champion in how she handles her life outside of it. And that is where this story stands today.